It is 11:30 on Friday, the day before our For the Love of Scootering event at SFC Jericho. And Tyler and I were supposed to meet at 9:30 this morning for breakfast at his hotel. I drove over to pick him up. He wasn't down at breakfast, and so I texted him, I waited around, and he never showed up. So I split, and here we are 2 hours later, and I'm still trying to get in touch with the guy. Let's give him a call and see if we can wake him up.
Hello?
Dude, you gonna sleep all day or what?
Really?
It's 11:30.
Oh my gosh, that's somewhere around.
I figured you must have been just super sleepy, man.
Oh my gosh, that's somewhere around the whole thing.
All right. Well, give me a call when you're ready or when you want to get together, man, and I'll come get you.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick shower and that's all.
All right, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Okay.
Dude, that guy must sleep really hard. Hey. I'm in the back. I'm on the beach side of the hotel. No, I'm in the lobby. So come to the back of the building. Yeah, I'm sitting at the table back here.
I guess the lines don't work out here or something.
Whatever.
I'm so sorry.
That's what my kid says. My alarm didn't go off.
Yeah?
You get a good sleep?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't supposed to sleep that long, but I did.
Right on. I'm sitting here on the beach with my friend Tyler Chaffin. Tyler has come in for our For the Love of Scootering event here in Daytona Beach, which is happening tomorrow, which is super rad. So Tyler, most of the viewers here probably know who you are, but for the ones that don't, would you introduce yourself?
My name's Tyler Chaffin. I'm 17 years old. I am from San Diego, California, and I am just a professional scooter rider. I'm number 13th in the world and placed second at Nitro World Games. That's how you might know me or know my face, but competition scene is where I like to be in.
Now let's talk a little bit about the Nitro games, because that's a big deal.
Yes.
And that's a big ramp.
Very big ramp.
So tell us, how did you get the invitation to compete at Nitro games?
So the whole list was already finished up, signed off and everything, and they sent it to Terry Price. You guys might know who Terry Price is. He was the first one ever to do a double backflip on a scooter. And he was like, okay, I want to know why one person is on the list. And he said Tyler Chaffin. And so they had to redo the whole list and remake it, and they put my name on it, because the guy who did it didn't know who I was, so he didn't put me on the list. But Terry Price fought for me to be on the team, or on the World Games, and I came out in second in the end, so right behind R. Willie by 0.3. So R. Willie, I'm coming for you next year.
Dude, that's a big deal.
Yes, R. Willie lives on that ramp, so to be able to even get that close to him is pretty crazy.
Well, thank you to Mr. Price, right?
Yes,
for
thank
getting you
you.
on there. Right on. So tell us what it's like. I would never even go to the top of that ramp, much less go down it.
Yes.
What is that like to climb those stairs and to go down that giant ramp?
So the worst thing is the stairs. That's when you dread on the stairs. It's a 64 flight of stairs over and over. They don't, no elevators, no nothing. And then it's...
And you told me you've got to carry your stuff up,
You got to
right?
carry everything up there, water, scooter, helmet, pads, everything. And you got to go down and up, down and up. But I mean, the down part is fun because you get to jump over a 46-foot gap. But I'm not sure how tall the ramp is, but I think it's like 3 or 4 stories tall. So you're dropping in, getting an insane amount of speed, and then jumping over a 46-foot gap to where
Jeez.
you could die if you don't make it all the way over. So
Did you ever like eat it bad?
no, I eat it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a resi, so it doesn't hurt that bad.
Now, did you excel through the ranks pretty quickly?
Yeah, I did. I mean, 6 years ago I couldn't even tail whip, so Not even 6.
I
like
still
5.
can't tail whip, by
It's
the way.
all good. I'll teach you while I'm out here.
Okay.
You just need you get a taller scooter.
Okay.
So you don't break your back. Trying to lean
the
down.
fat guy model. I need the fat guy model.
No.
You excelled fairly quickly. I mean, if 6 years ago you couldn't tail whip, and now you're riding in the leagues of the pros. You're a pro for Fuzion.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. How long have you been on the pro team for Fuzion?
I've been on pro team for about 2 years now.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. Fuzion takes really good care of me.
Is it everything you thought it would be? Because everybody dreams about being a professional athlete,
yes.
right? So is it everything you thought it would be?
It is. I just say that I love riding a scooter, and I don't do it only for me. When you become a pro, it's more you want to help people grow, you want to help more people, you want to inspire more people. Because if I think back on it 5 years ago, I was inspired by Dakota Schutz, Cody Flom, all the big name riders right now. I was inspired by them, and now that I'm friends with them, I can inspire people and actually have a impact on people's lives. And even if I'm not doing anything, I could just be posting on Instagram and I'm impacting their life, because they could be going through a hard time or going through a good time, and they just like to see what I'm doing, and that can keep them in a happy state of mind. So it's cool to know that I'm inspiration off of doing just something that I love, and being able to engage with my followers and meeting with them face to face is pretty cool, because I get to actually know who my followers are and what they're like and how they're acting.
Now the sport's progressing so
Yes,
quickly.
so quickly.
How difficult is that to keep up?
It's pretty hard. You just got to push yourself and keep on practicing and keep on working hard to stay up to date with the pros and what they're doing.
Because it seems like every year there's some new phenom that comes along,
Yep.
and they're just killing it, and you got to keep up with them.
Exactly. Most of them just come out of nowhere too. Like Jordan Clark, nobody knew who he was before one of the world finals, and then he just got first place and blew everybody out of the water. And and everybody was like, "Who is this guy?"
So you and I were talking yesterday. You didn't always ride a scooter, right?
Yes.
You told me you started out riding a skateboard.
Yeah, I used to ride skateboards, and I was pretty good on skateboards, but not to the competition level I'm at today on scootering. But I skated, and then after that, I kind of got bored of it, and I wanted something with handlebars, so I learned how to bike. And I could backflip bikes, do a whole bunch of stuff on bikes, and then I was like, okay, I want something a little smaller. So then I went to scooters. So now I'm a professional scooter rider and can still do everything on skateboards and still everything I do on scooters. So,
You can?
Yeah, I can still backflip bikes, flare bikes. I can still tray flip on skateboards and kick flip on skateboards.
Wow, right on.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get introduced to scootering? Did you discover it on your own, or did you see somebody else
I get
doing
asked
it?
this a lot, but my old best friend, he was on a scooter, and I wanted to scooter with him, and I didn't have one, so he gave me one of his old Razor Ultra Pros, and I rode that, and I didn't do much on that, and then I got a Lucky Complete. He's the one who introduced me to scootering, and I'm very thankful for that, and I still
Right
see
on.
him around and stuff.
And you said that you were like totally into baseball before all this,
Yes,
right?
I was.
Do you still follow baseball?
Yeah, I watch baseball quite often. I was one of the best in my league, and then I decided to scooter instead.
What position did you play?
I played shortstop, pitcher, and center field.
If you were going to give advice to scooter culture, because there's a lot of kids out there that go to the skate parks and they get a lot of hate, they catch a lot of crap for riding a scooter, which is stupid. But if you were going to give advice to these kids, what would you say to them?
So most of the people that are going to hate on you is targeted towards skaters. The reason skaters hate on you is because they try to act cool towards around their friends. If you realize if they're by themselves, they don't really care to yell at you or bother with you. If they're with friends, they do. But usually they either bother you if you snake them, which you shouldn't. That's a valid reason why they should get mad at you. I would get mad at you and I scooter. So
I would get mad at you and I don't scooter.
So another reason is if you are doing something impressive and they can't do that, they get jealous. So they want to make fun of you because you're doing something they can't do. So whatever they say or whatever they do, if they just make fun of you or whatever, don't listen to them, because I was getting made fun of, and now if I go to a skate park, skaters go, so it's crazy to see where I've come from. I used to be hated on it. Now after 4 years of riding California, everyone is so adapted to scootering, so soon enough out here in Florida it will be adapted, and everywhere else it'll get adapted too soon. They'll get used to you guys.
And that was one of the things that you said that was encouraging, because you said in Southern California, scootering is blowing up so big
Insane.
that there's not all the hate and all the crap that goes on. Well, not as much maybe.
Not as much at all.
You know, because here in Central Florida, it's still growing. It's still relatively new.
Yeah.
And so these kids catch a lot of crap, and that was one of the reasons why we opened Jericho and invited these scooter riders in, because we want you guys to have a safe place, a place that you feel like you can call your own, and a place that you're comfortable in and you can have a good time. So tomorrow for the event, Tyler's going to be out there. Obviously, this is going to air after that event.
Okay.
But hopefully you had an opportunity to come and meet Tyler.
Yes.
And, you know, get
Nice
an autograph.
meeting you guys, and I haven't really met you, but nice meeting you guys.
And get an autograph. And, you know, what's cool about getting to hang out with some of these guys like Tyler, and we never met before yesterday.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we never even had a phone call before yesterday. We only texted before I picked you up at the airport.
Yeah, only text.
The first time I actually heard your voice was when you called me when your plane landed. That's
Really?
that's the first time I actually ever heard your voice.
Okay.
We only texted before.
Yeah, we did.
Which is really weird that a stranger, a 17-year-old kid, would get on an airplane and fly all the way across the country, get picked up by a stranger. Hopefully I have a good reputation.
You do.
So,
You do.
so if, you know, I don't advise it, kids, don't hop on an airplane and go meet a stranger on the other side of the country unless they have a good reputation and you got some good recommendations. So, Tyler, man, thanks for hanging out with me and coming and being with us here in Daytona Beach. And we've super enjoyed having you here. It's been super rad, and I hope you'll come back.
I will. Thank you guys for recommending me to come out here, because I wouldn't be out here if you guys didn't recommend me.
That's right, because when I was asking all the kids who should come, your name was thrown out quite a bit, so here you sit.
Well, thank you guys for inviting me out here, and thank you for having me out here.
Yeah, right on. God bless you guys. Take care.